Hello, welcome back. Today I want to show you how I repot my African violets into self-watering pots. As you can see, these babies had grown quite nicely, and although they still have some room in these improvised pots, I want them to thrive. I didn't buy pots, but I want to show you how I make them from plastic coffee cups and lidded plastic containers. I will make some drainage holes in the cup and a hole in the lid of the container because the coffee cups will be placed on the top of the containers. First, I will make some holes for drainage. I use a pyrography gun, but you can use any item that works for making holes in plastic. Sometimes I need to get them off the self-watering system, so I make sure that the pot has a very good drainage. Next, I will make a hole in the middle of the lid. As for potting mix, I have here 3 cups of coconut coir, 3 cups of perlite and a half cup of worm casting. African violets need a well-drained soil, but in the same time they love water. That's why the mix needs to be very lightweight but still retain moisture. Handle perlite with care as it contains fine dust that can be easily inhaled and is somewhat toxic. This dust isn't ideal for potting mixes either, as it can become active when watering, potentially making the soil heavier, similar to the effect of cement. For this reason, I always wash my perlite before using it. I make this procedure usually in the summer because I can leave it to dry out and it can be stored as before. Please let me know in the comments if you are interested in this topic and I can create a separate video for it. Before potting my violets, I cut some yarn that I need for the self-watering system. I use acrylic threads because natural fibers can break them over time. Using a crochet hook, get the yarn through the hole. Make sure that the cord you use is long enough to reach the bottom of the container. I add some soil mix to the cup while keeping the cord in place with my fingers. I am trying to get the violet out of the pot as carefully as I can, as I don't want to break any roots, so the repotting stress will be minimal as possible. Place the plant in the middle of the new pot. Add soil mix and press lightly. Make sure you don't plant it too deep. There should not be dirt above the lower leaf. After planting, I clean the pots and dust the leaves from any dirt, and I almost forgot to add the name tag, as there are different varieties and I like to know their names. Probably you wonder why I am repotting my violets in some cups that are relatively small. Well, the pot size of a violet should be the third part of its diameter. While removing this plant from its pot, I noticed small leaves emerging at the base of two leaves. I'm not sure if these leaves will develop into flower stems or into suckers, but either way, I will remove them as soon as possible. These plants are too young to bloom, and suckers will only draw energy from them. They still need time to grow, and I think they will be mature enough for blooming probably in 3 months. I still need to replant and separate some baby plants from a leaf, but I'll cover that in another video because I want to show you how I propagate using leaves, even those that have already produced babies. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so to get notified whenever I upload a new video. Your subscription, comments, likes or shares mean a lot and really help me. Accidentally, a few leaves broke off. If these leaves would have been fully grown, I would have used them to propagate, but these are baby leaves and they probably will not even grow roots. Getting back to my newly potted plants, I will soak them for about half an hour. I won't move them to the self-watering system for a few days, possibly a week. During this time, I'll check them daily to monitor how quickly they absorb water from the soil. If they need watering every 3 days, they'll be ready for the self-watering setup. Until then, I'll keep them in an east-facing window. 1 week after repotting, my African violets are ready to be switched to the self-watering system, as I've already watered them twice after repotting and they are thirsty again. The first step is to soak the pots for about 10 minutes. This will make sure that the yarn and the bottom layer of the soil are wet, which is essential for the self-watering system to work correctly. If the yarn is dry, it will take a long time for the water to reach the plant's roots. While waiting, I check if I can remove any flower stems or suckers from between the leaves. Using a toothpick, I carefully reach the base of the leaf and gently scrape it out. Next, I fill the containers with water. Close them up and insert the yarn through the hole in the lid. Then I put the plants back to the windowsill. Don't let the containers dry out. Refill them regularly to keep the system working properly. If they do dry out, you'll need to re-soak the pots and the yarn. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe. If you have any questions or need more details, feel free to leave a comment. Thank you for watching.